Identity fraud. The act of having your identity stolen by someone claiming to be you. In this game, you are helpless as a mouse trapped in a maze. Various monsters wander the halls of the many mazes you encounter with you and other players. The game opens with a blank white screen, and some text goes on about you and your doctor in some sort of therapy session. After this sequence, the game really starts, and you'll soon have your first encounter with one of this game's many monsters. First, we have the namesake of the game itself, Fraud. This creature mimics the avatar of other players and walks down the halls of each maze as if it was said player, although stared at for too long, and it may just end up waving at you and begin chasing you down. This temporarily widens your POV and greatly increases the speed of your character until either Fraud gives up chasing you or you are caught. And, well, if you are caught, then you may just end up seeing your own avatar wandering the halls next. Next, we have Stan. If you have ever watched the Buddhist television show Doctor Who, Stan just looks as a weeping angel. It tends to target players who are wandering by themselves more often than not. If you look at Stan, it cannot move, but look away, and he's gone in an instant, so you better watch your back. Ralph wanders about the mazes dragging around a large sword. For just how intimidating it looks, it actually is the slowest and has the simplest AI of any of the entities. That is, when in its field of vision, it will simply begin to chase you down. But don't think it's not a threat, as it outpaces your walk speed while chasing after you. The best way to avoid Ralph would be to keep turning corners, as it struggles to turn very quickly. However, Ralph tends to target larger groups of players, so be wary of that. After opening a door, we make it to Maze 2. The second maze is a sprawling labyrinth made up of different elevations and even camps you can stop at for checkpoints throughout the maze. Every few minutes, the lights will turn off, leaving you in a pitch-black environment where you are almost blind as to what lies ahead of you. But eventually, the lights will turn back on, at least for a while. In this maze, we meet Kate, better known as Alice. While Kate is the official name in the source code, the character is far more widely known as Alice by the community. She mostly flies around as this yellow firefly-looking dot, though sometimes when she is near a player, she can transform into a human-like appearance and charge directly at them. She also glows in the darkness of the maze when the lights eventually fizzle out. The final monster that wanders the halls is known as James. James is located after proceeding through a door that leads you to the third and final maze. It wanders aimlessly around the maze until a player draws near, in which James will then lock onto the player and patrol an area around them. Any movement by the player will then cause James to give chase. Simply stop moving, and James will go back to wandering around the player's general perimeter. At the end of the third maze, you'll hear the beeping of Morse code on a radio. Enter the correct combination, and you will proceed through a hall where a large door lies at the end. Solve the code at this door, and you will enter a large pitch black room with several pillars in a circular formation. At this point, you've basically arrived at this game's final boss. The first phase is simple enough. Just stand behind a pillar and peek out enough to shoot the boss without being able to get hit. After a while of shooting it, you'll be pushed back, some blocks will fall in a circular formation around the boss, and lava will begin to rise up from the floor. Quickly step up onto those blocks and begin shooting it while avoiding the bombs the boss throws at you. And also do not step into the lava. And after that, the boss will kind of just explode, and roll credits. So, while this may not be the most complicated game on Roblox, it doesn't have to be. With the assortment of monsters, along with you lacking any way to defend yourself besides running through these halls, maybe with a few friends too, it is a perfect example of a Roblox game done right that will hopefully last for many more years to come. The game has actually begun receiving semi-regular updates again recently, so I'm sure this video will become outdated soon enough. I encourage everyone who enjoys horror games like this, or even people who aren't big fans of horror games on Roblox, to go and try out this game for themselves. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.